Now, embattled Ondo State Deputy Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa has approached the State High Court to restrain the State House of Assembly from proceeding with the move to impeach him. This is coming ahead of Tuesday's plenary in the Assembly to impeach him after being accused of gross misconduct. The Assembly had adjourned till Tuesday after it directed the Clerk of the House, Benjamin Jaola, to write a letter to the Deputy Governor over allegations of gross misconduct leveled against him. The petition signed by some state lawmakers was read during plenary last week. However, the Deputy Governor is seeking a declaration that the House of Assembly is not competent to proceed on impeachment in breach of his constitutional and fundamental right to fair hearing, and that the sacking of his media aides and subjecting him to the Ministry of Information headed by a commissioner amounts to a breach of his rights and privileges as a Deputy Governor.
Well, joining us now.
Let's bring in Dayo Sobowale, who joins us here in the studio. I want to say thank you very much. And what do you make of this particular issue between the State House Assembly in Ondo State and the embattled Deputy Governor of the state?
I will say at first it is very interesting, but then it is not a very straightforward issue. Like the accused or the allegedly accused Deputy Governor said, he is entitled to fair hearing. We have not heard anybody say anything on his behalf, except what we have read on the pages of the newspaper. But one thing is clear. His predecessor as Deputy Governor was removed almost just like this. So one needs to look at the administrative style of the governor himself. He has been sick. He went on leave. And the deputy governor obviously had asked to act for him. The governorship cannot be left in a vacuum. And then this is what happened. I think he should be grateful for the stewardship of his deputy. But he came back, a man who is sick and who is still looking very frail, who should be looking after his health. He took the decision of disbanding the media crew of his deputy. It is reminiscent of what happened in Ondo State. But in Ondo State, you could see what was at stake.
We are speaking about Ondo State at the moment.
I'm making a comparison. I said it is reminiscent of what happened in Edo State. Edo State. I meant Edo State. Yeah.
All right.
What happened in Shuaibu, between Shuaibu and Governor Obaseki. You see, there was suspicion against ambition, and then there was suspicion against disloyalty. But now, at the end of the day, the deputy apologized, which I don't buy. I don't like a leader humiliating his deputy to submission. I think that is not about to happen here, because this guy is insisting on his right, that he should be given fair hearing before impeachment proceeds. I have not read anywhere that he's been given a query. All they have done to him is to summon him. And he tried his best to evade the summons, knowing what was in the kitty for him. But then, he must be given the right of fair hearing. And again, let me add something very contentious. I do not believe that a living human being, a normal Nigerian, will use palliative money to buy security vehicle. Where is the security vehicle? And I understand that this man is the secretary to the government that purchases vehicles, that this deputy governor is still using his old Mercedes, and that it broke down, they have not given him any of that thing. But then, all these are speculations. In the pursuit of justice and integrity in leadership, he must be given a query and given the right to respond to whatever malfeasance they accuse him of.
Very well said, Mr. Sobowale. Yes. And I read this interesting write-up by Ray Ekpo of The Guardian, and the headline, it literally said, Deputy Governors Endangered Species. And I thought of you.
Yes.
So he stated that part of
like
the
that.
reason why there are conflicts in several states between governors and their deputies is because of how they are chosen. You know, whether it's geographical area, tribe, gender, religion, or popularity. And ideally, he's of the opinion that it should be based on the compatibility of the candidates.
Yes.
In the wider scope, do you think we're ever going to come to a time in our politics where this will be prioritized, the compatibility as opposed to the winnability?
Right. Sita, look at it. You had Edo, you have Ondo, 2. You have 36 states. Yeah. Only 2 out of 36. It means it's not a rampant issue. It means those 2 states, something must be wrong with the leadership there. And if you have such rancor amongst the deputy and the governor, I say again, like I said, most look at the administrative style. Maybe there is some high-handedness. Maybe there is some suspicion. Look, what I read, it's all in the media now. It's a media trial, literally, because nobody has given anybody a query. It's a media trial. They said somewhere, sometime, before the governor became sick, he went somewhere and introduced this deputy as his successor in due course. And then he fell sick. And then they said, okay, this man stood in for him. But you can see the idea that you are the deputy governor was always stressing his loyalty to the governor. The governor was sick, he was incapacitated. He has come back. And some people still say he stays in Ibadan, not in Akure. You get me? So I do not think it is fair to judge this deputy governor on the pages of the newspaper, or just give him a summary media trial, which seems to be what is happening. And it is being pushed on by the fact that the governor, the ailing, sick governor, you get me, is in control of the assembly. But they will still need 2/3 majority to impeach the man. But then, I insist that he must be given a fair trial, no matter what happens.
All right, a particular group in Ondo State that call themselves the Ilaje Development Summit Group are asking for the intervention of the president in this particular matter. Does the president have any constitutional power to intervene in this kind of matter? And some people are saying this vindictiveness of governors against their deputies on political issues and squabbles for power as against the interest of the people has been taking the front burner in many states across Nigeria.
Look, I will not generalize on the vindictiveness of governors against their deputies. I said 2, only 2 now. We have 36.
We've seen some.
You cannot generalize. No.
We've seen some of them play, especially if the deputies are showing
some
ambition.
Some of them have successfully cowered.
Yes.
Their deputy.
According to reports.
That is your take. That is your take. Then on the larger issue.
Yes.
This that was from Ilaje. You get me? And they say this is the first time anybody from Ilaje will be put there. Now, Ilaje is a oil-rich area, but they have been ignored. So it is appropriate for them to seek to protect the interests of their son. But as for the constitutional right of the president to intervene, that one has nothing to do with the constitution. It's the same party. It's a party intervention, internal matter, for him to try and put his house in order. And I think it is not mistaken. It is relevant because this governor is the chairman of the Governors Forum, and it's in the same party with the president. If the Ilajes are seeking the aid of the IMIT in APC, it is pertinent and appropriate. Well
said. It's a party affair. Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Dayo Sobowale. It's always a pleasure to have you here on Newsday. We appreciate your insight. Thank you.